were the president, I would inform the threatening country, in this case Iran, that if you do anything to harm this person, we are going to blow your largest cities and the country itself to smithereens. We're going to blow it to smithereens. You can't do that. And there would be no more threats. There would be no more threats. But right now, we don't have that leadership or the necessary people, the necessary leaders. We have two people, not one. We don't even know who our president is right now. But if I were the president, I would inform the threatening country, in this case Iran, that if you do anything to harm this person, we are going to blow your largest cities and the country itself to smithereens. We're going to blow it to smithereens. You can't do that. And there would be no more threats. There would be no more threats. But right now, we don't have that leadership or the necessary people, the necessary leaders. We have two people, not one. We don't even know who our president is right now.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo-Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of the Heavenly Father, meaning He is, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation. That is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. All right, and just want to say, stay vigilant. Something big could be happening. Stay vigilant. Something big could be happening soon. All right. To be more precise, probably before whatever president gets put into the office. All right. So just stay vigilant. All right. And as you seen from the clip that was just played earlier, the former president Trump, is now saying, "Hey, who's trying to assassinate him is the Iranians." Okay. Which is what is just going to further push America into World War III, all right? So these things must come to pass, all right? But you have to stay vigilant, all right? Continue to watch, and not just watch, but be sober. Understanding the play that Esau is, pulling according to this word, according to the truth, according to the Holy Bible, all right? And this is an article from the Washington Post. And the headline reads, "Democracy in America. Scared by violence, lawmakers plan for possible mass casualty event." All right. So what do they know? Okay. What do they know? What do the lawmakers know? Because, hey, these are the ones that put laws into effect and can also enact certain laws, such as what? Martial law. Okay. So, hey, civil unrest, uncertainty, everything is on the table. And you have to be vigilant and be sober and know exactly what time it is. While others are out partying and having a good time, we in the faith is preparing for the second coming of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai. All right? It says, Congress must ensure it can continue to govern in the aftermath of mass violence, a bipartisan group of House members argues. Right. So there could very well be sleeper cells already here in America that are triggered by some type of event or some type of, whatever is going to trigger them to, go on their mission. All right. And this article goes into what? Certain senators, certain parties of the Senate, getting wiped out and them having to enact something, I believe they are titling in the constitutional amendment, all right, where they have to put someone in that sitting position until they can get an election, okay? And up until that election being filled, they can enact martial law under the threat of violence, okay? Under the threat of a domestic attack, all right? And why is Trump all of a sudden now saying Iran is trying to assassinate him, okay? a foreign, domestic foreign attack on U.S. soil, okay, which would make 9/11 look like a walk in the park, or the January 6th Capitol, you know what, piggyback, all right? So mass violence could soon be ensuing, leading up into the inauguration of the 47th president. So stay vigilant, okay? Something big could soon be happening, all right? This article goes on to say, imagine the unthinkable. A mass shooting of members of Congress that leaves a large swath of the country unrepresented and shifts the balance of political power in Washington. All right. And that's exactly what they can use to bring forth the chaos to ensue. Okay. So that they can what? Bring forth martial law. All right. And everything that goes along with it, you know, because those are going to be the ones that what? Administer that chip inside of your head or in your forehead. Okay, woe to them that go down to Egypt, because what? They are in horses and chariots. Okay, that's speaking of a great army. All right, that's going to administer this chip. All right. So this is the times we in, man, that Esau is getting ready to make his move because he knows he has but a short time. Revelation 12:12. So even if it's at the cost of taking out some of his own kindred, he will do it to bring forth his agenda. Make no mistake about it. They knew exactly what they signed up when they took a seat in the Senate, okay? You just don't get perks in this man kingdom without having to put some type of sacrifice on the line, whether it's yourself, a loved one, or whoever else. And it's not always up to you who gets to be chosen. They pick and choose who they want, okay? That's why they putting so many distractions in front of your face to keep you preoccupied on things that don't matter. Now all of a sudden, young Dolph, alleged, killer, is being put on trial in an election year. On top of that, you got the tapes of Diddy being revealed, all while they are actually putting their final touches on their next, phase. Okay, keeping you distracted with stuff that don't really, stuff that don't really matter in the long run. It says, imagine the unthinkable, a mass shooting of members of Congress that leave a large swath of the country unrepresented and shifts the balance of political power in Washington. Right. And this is how they can put who they want into the seats that they want by what? Often the ones that are in there and blaming it on someone else. Okay. In this case, they talking about the Iranians. Okay. And what is the religion of Iran mostly comprised of? Islam. All right. And who was recently seen joining hand in hand with Islam? IUIC. Okay. Israelite United in Christ group. Okay. All on the behalf of coming together for the community. You see? And they're going to lump us all in together as one because they're not going to decipher which group is which or who is who or who's individual from this individual. No, they're going to look back on your records, your track records, the videos you made, the content that you put out, and they're going to come and persecute you. All right. And the ones that they don't come and persecute, others are going to turn us in. All right. It says, in the current political environment, such an outbreak of violence is not as unthinkable as it used to be. According to a bipartisan collection of House members, the attempted assassination of members at a congregational baseball team practice in 2017. The violent attack on the U.S., you see it on January 6, 2021. A dramatic spike in threats against members, and most recently, a possible second assassination attempt against the former president, Donald Trump. You see? So, hey, whatever they want to use to bring forth this chaos, they have the ability to do so because the Most High, Yahweh has given them that right. Okay, he is using them as the sword to bring forth that, that destruction. Okay, that's what he was hired for. Okay, that's what Esau Edom is hired for. He's that hireling that's fitted for destruction, man. That's his, that's his, not just his job, but that's what he's good at. Okay. It says, highlighted the need for Congress to ensure it can continue to govern in the aftermath of mass violence. They said, right. And the way that they go about governor may not be how the people of this land would like them to govern. But what are they going to do? Okay. If they are missing certain people in the Senate or in Congress, and they put those that they feel that they have to put in to, keep the democracy flowing, and the people don't like it, what are the people going to do about it? They're going to get in an uproar. Riots are going to ensue. They're going to enact martial law, man. Okay? And once they enact it at that scale, they're probably not going to scale back down, okay? And this is right where they want to take it at, all right? It says to address such a scenario, these 4 House members, 2 Republicans and 2 Democrats, are pushing an unlikely solution, a constitutional amendment that would allow members to be replaced quickly in the event of a mass casualty event. All right. And you got your red-blooded Americans that aren't going to sit back and just let something like this happen without voicing their opinion, even, showing their firearms. All right. And Esau is with it, man. Okay. He sees the writing on his wall. I'm talking about, the peons of Esau. You so-called Babylonians, you Egyptians, you red-blooded, so-called white people, man. Okay, and you got Jake in the midst of it, that just don't know what the hell going on, so they want to be part of whatever Esau is doing, so they gonna, come to the party as well. But they gonna get wiped out too, man. You see? So it goes on to read, in addition to ensuring uninterrupted representation of constituents, the amendment would discourage attempts to use violence to sway the balance of power in the House. Right. And that's what they're saying for right now, man. That's what they're saying. But you put somebody in that the people of America that don't agree with, because under this amendment, you could put whoever you want to put in just for the time being until an election can be held for the people to choose who they want to be replaced, who they want to replace for that position. But up until that point, if it's not someone that the people are, too keen of, hey, you know what the end game is going to be, man. They're going to voice their opinion, man. And after 2020, they're not trusting the government as they once did, okay? They understand what's at stake, their children's future, okay? So Esau believes that, all right? Esau believes that America is going to go back to its glory days, man. And in doing so, the government is messing with their children's future, all right? Excuse me. It goes on to read, we've seen a 300% increase in threats against members over the last 7 years, according to the Capitol Police, said Representative or Republican Derek Kilmer D. Wash, one of 4 lawmakers pushing the issue in an environment where we have seen growing tendency toward political violence. Imagine horrifically a baseball practice where someone has bad intentions and better aim. Right, because that guy on the rooftop at that rally, man, that assassinated Trump allegedly, or tried to assassinate Trump allegedly, had a better aim. This would have already been put into place, man. Okay? But they want the people to really be, in a frenzy. They really want to stoke the people, so let it get closer and closer to that election before something major happens, okay? That's all they need, okay? The people are on tension, man, are on high alert, man. The tension is at an all-time high. Okay, they know something going on. And barring Trump getting into office, if anything else happens, you gonna have the people said it, man. It's gonna be hell to pay, man. And they got firearms, all right? It says you can literally flip. Where was I at? It says practice where someone had bad intentions and better aim. You can literally flip a majority for 3 to 4 months, which I think is frightening incentive for political violence, right? And that's where they want to take it, man. They want that violence, okay? They want the people to, come against each other. They want division. They know that this democracy is finished, man. Okay? They know that this is through. They know that the illusion of picking a side, whether it's Republican or Democrat or whatever else, is finished. That the gig is up, man. So they getting ready to bring it into, a new world order, a totalitarian. You don't got a choice, man. You're gonna get what you get and like it. All right, as they said, the founder of WEF, Klaus Schwab, says you will own nothing and like it. You're not gonna have any more choices or decisions. They're gonna be made for you. All right. According to a survey of state election officials, states need between 3 and 4 months. Can you imagine martial law being enacted for 3 to 4 months? The food not coming in certain cities, pestilence, them having to administer, so-called jabs to whoever and whenever in order to get your food. They're gonna just bring forth that chip, man. It's gonna be way more efficient. It says to hold a special election to replace a deceased House member. A function of the time it takes to print ballots, in addition to a federal law requiring ballots to be mailed to overseas and military voters at least 45 days ahead of an election. So that would be enough. That would be more than enough time to get this thing going, man, to get this thing moving. That would be more than enough time, 3 to 4 months. A lot can happen in that time, all right? It says that's actually a really long time to have vacancy if you're in the midst of a national crisis, right? And that's where they wanted that. They want that vacancy, that void, so that they can fill it with, whatever solution they want. And we already know what that solution is, man. As soon as they bring forth it and make it made mandatory, hey, you can count on those missiles coming shortly after, man. Okay, and we getting up out of here. All right, that's the beautiful thing about it, man. It says Kilmer teamed up with Reps Brad Winstrup, Republican Ohio, William Timmison, Republican RCS, and Emmanuel Clever II, Democrat of Missouri, I guess. It says to come up with a proposal to ensure that Congress can continue its work if a large number of members are killed in a mass attack. Hey, you know it. You reading it, man. They could be potentially putting the play out through this article right here. Okay, a large attack that could potentially unalive a large amount of members of Congress or even take out one of the presidential nominees. All right. It's all on the table, man. Okay. And they got other stuff that they cooking up too, don't forget. Pestilence. The dollar getting weak. Okay. And there's talk of a strike on the ports starting October 1st if they don't, come to the union agreements, man. So you talking about feeling the effects later down the line, if not immediately, from not having certain products being able to be imported into the country, man. You see, everything is coming together, for the better of this truth, man. You just have to make sure you prepared. All right. It says what? Their proposed constitutional amendment would require each member of the House to submit the names of at least 5 individuals from his or her political party to their state governor. In the event of that representative's death, the governor would choose a name from the list within 10 days, and the House Speaker would be required to sit them immediately. Hey, and if it's not who the people want, because the people won't have a say-so because of this, you know, uh, type of incident that occur, hey, they're gonna voice their opinion, man. Okay, and they're not gonna regard the governors. Okay, that's what it's talking about in Second Ezra. All right, 15 or chapter 16, where they would not regard the kings or princes, man. They're not gonna regard. Man, if you put somebody in office that we didn't put in, because it's based on democracy, and that's the first, sign of your democracy being stripped by them putting somebody in, whether, naturally or unnaturally because of an incident like that, and they got to wait another 3 to 4 months. Hey, man, you got something on your hands that you ain't, or they want that, okay? They want that chaos, that division, all right? It says what? Where we at? The governor would choose a name from the list within 10 days, all right? Already stripping the power from the people by that act alone. It says, and the House Speaker would be required to sit them immediately. Right, they're going to put them in office, man. It says what? The Continuity Amendment would also deny a would-be assassin the power to flip control of the House from one party to another. So that's how they'll sell it to the people, man. And he was trying to take out this group of people so he could put those in, but we got this on, reserve to put these people in. And it's all a cat and mouse game, man. If you believe any of this nonsense, you deserve to get whatever you get, man. You believe this democracy, man. Hey, this is all telltale signs that America is nothing but Rome revived all over again, man. All right. It says what? The Continuity Amendment would also deny a would-be assassin the power to flip control of the House from one party to another, Kimmer said. The interim appointed would serve only until a special election could take place, man. And hey, they said that could be up to 3 to 4 months plus 45 days for overseas, man. So you're looking almost a half a year, man, of martial law. All right. Hey, and then within that period of time, man, who knows what could take place, man? This place, this country could go to hell in a handbasket, man. So, hey, stay vigilant, man. Something big could soon be happening, all right? And I think that's enough. You get the picture. We're going to get a few precepts and close out. But let's let this article scroll down some more, because it's not every day that the Washington Post actually allows you to, go through their whole article without being a member or paying. So I'm going to record everything and scroll slowly so you can see it if you want to read about it anymore, and, take it from there. I do believe that's it. So we'll go get a few precepts and take it from there. All right, we're in the book of Second Ezra, chapter 15, and let's start at verse 14, And if it sounds that, we talking about this over and over, it's becoming repetitive, well, hey, we supposed to be occupied in prophecy, man. That's the time that we in prophecy, so we going to keep bringing it out, man, to keep it fresh on your mind. This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 14. It says what? Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Verse 15, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And what is the swords? The modern day fire. The swords is the modern day firearms. Okay, so hey, division is coming, man. All right, it's going to be on a global scale, but it's going to be felt more so here in America. All right, it says what? For there should be sedition among men and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, right? Because why? Under that, amendment or whatever you want to call it that they put in, if they was to have such a marginal casualty in the Congress, and they have to enact or put a listed, group of individuals to fill that seat, the people ain't going to regard them, okay? Whether they try to sell it as an attempt by an assassin to, sway the party either left or right, the people aren't going to have it, man. They're going to want a fair election or selection to put who they want in those sitting seats, all right? And if not, they're not going to regard those that you put in, all right? Under whatever incident you take or manufacture, okay? Whether an alleged assassin attempt or an alleged assassin on a group of Congress, whatever the case may be. It says what? For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Can you imagine this? Can you just visualize complete chaos throughout the land of America? All right? Like never been seen before. We talking about, Jacob's trouble, man. It says what? In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. So, hey, we coming in some very tumultuous times, man. All right? And if you're not vigilant and continue to watch these things and have an idea what's going on, you're going to be caught off guard. All right? You're going to be caught off guard. And Yahweh Shah is going to come back like a thief in the night. Because why? You're not expecting him to come back at this time. Okay? You're believing any and every, narrative that Esau Edom is putting out there for you to believe, man. And he's keeping you occupied with, side missions like Diddy and Dolph, so that you don't, actually see what he's doing behind closed doors. All right. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 24. Let's start at verse 6. This is Matthew 24. In verse 6, it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Right, and that's what we've been hearing, okay? Because the actual commencing of missiles flying to and fro won't come until that chip is made mandatory, all right? We won't get out of here until they make that chip, that micro, made mandatory, all right? Then the missiles are going to come, and then our salvation is, closer than we believe. We're going to be out of here, man, within probably a matter of months, all right? Once that chip is made mandatory, all right? We ain't got too much long after that, all right? Keep the faith. It says, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, right? The end of this man rulership is not yet, man, because that chip has to be made mandatory. So we're going to hear of wars and rumors of wars, okay? The Iranians, allegedly trying to assassinate Trump, and may be blamed for a bigger scale attempt or assassination on members of the Congress, okay? Which is going to draw, it's going to draw all the kings, all the nations into that land over there for Armageddon, World War III, which is currently being inhabited by the imposters, okay? All right? So, uh, the Israelis are going to draw America into World War through and World War III. All right, the least of the flock should draw them out, man. All right, you see, and everything is working for the betterment of the Most High. Okay, because He's the one that's controlling everything. He's controlling the king's heart, his mind. Proverbs 26:1. Okay, so everything is coming together for the betterment of this truth, man. You can do nothing for the truth. You can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. Okay, roughly paraphrasing it. All right. So we seeing everything being put into place, man. All right. Uh, Iran being allegedly blamed for the assassination attempts, man. Which, hey, some are speculating that behind it is Netanyahu, or however you say his name, because he wants the war between the Palestinians and the Israelis to keep continuing to go on, and he wants to blame Hezbollah or whoever that group is called, all right, which is backed by Iran, you see. And hey, man, like I said, they already got sleeper cells over here, man, all right, that upon somebody getting taken out, they gonna, get the word to go ahead and do whatever it is they got to do, man. All right, whether it's members of the Congress, whether it's the president, whatever it is, man. And we gonna be lumped in with them, man, because why? We already been seen as one of the highest, most notable groups, IUIC, joining hand with another notable group, the Nation of Islam, man. All right, they're gonna lump us all in together, man. You see, so hey, just get ready, man. Get yourself prepared. All right, people turning you in, they already know who you are. They got your face. They got everything on you, man. They gonna put wanted posters or wanted whatever, man. Looking for this individual could be dangerous. It could be dangerous, man. A threat to our democracy, all right? So on and so forth. Rewarded, okay? A reward, a 10,000, whatever type of currency they got at that time reward, man. Or the ability to go to a type of, venue or whatever. However they may give the reward for turning us in, all right? We have to be prepared. So it says what? For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places, right? And we seeing that right now, man. There's talk of a hurricane, Helen, getting ready to hit, the coast of Florida, man. And you seeing more and more earthquakes, frequently at that than you ever did before. All right. And the pestilence, hey, they just keep coming. All right. You got the MPOX, the Burr FLU, and the big one that happened a few years ago, the C19. All right. And more on the horizon. Okay. Because they're all being orchestrated to further take this place down systematically, man. It says, verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows, right? This is just the beginning, man. Because it's going to get even intense, or intenser, if that's a word, when Jacob's trouble is in its highest, okay? You're talking about food shortages. You're talking about pestilence, wiping thousands, dare I say even millions of people out, man. That's going to, drive that panic, that fear, that scare, which is why they're going to come down and receive that mark willingly. You see, they're not going to have to force you to do anything because the optics are going to match whatever the narrative is that they're putting out. It says, they shall deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, right? Because right now you don't see it, but it's coming, man. All right, they're going to lump the Israelites in with Islam, and it's going to be all one big, group, man. Okay? And they got your voice, they got your likeness, they got everything through videos, and you put them on YouTube and these other social media platforms when you sign up on those social media platforms, you give all your likeness and your privacy away to those companies, man. They could do whatever it is they want. So when you post your videos on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, man, you have to sign up, you know, and that's pretty much you giving them the okay to do whatever it is they want to do with your image and likeness, okay? But we understand this, and we, are willing to go for it for the, for the right for this truth, man. Okay, we understand persecution is part of the ministry. Okay, but we're being persecuted for righteousness' sake. All right. So it says, then shall they deliver you up, verse 9, to be afflicted and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. Right. So you're going to have division amongst those that are in the truth, man. All right. This is going to be the ultimate sifting mechanism, man. Okay. When the tension is turned up, the fire is turned up, it purges out all the impurities. Okay. This is going to show exactly who is the elect and who isn't, man. If you endure to the end, and we're going to get there. It says, and many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many, right? Because with our advent or with our disappearance, they're going to have false prophets that come in and take on that position or that role when the famine of the word hits, man. Okay. And you're going to be given whatever it is that they give to you, whether it's a government internet and you can only watch whatever it is that they put on this type of internet, if that's how they want to go about it, or whatever type of internet that they allow it when they crash the internet, if they take it that route, okay, it come back up with this is a government ran internet because through the other internet it was too much hate speech, and that they're going to come against this truth. Make no mistake about it, all right? And when you log on to that government issue internet, you're going to look for answers, and those are going to be false prophets that's giving you that illusion that you got the answers on what's going on. Well, come down and receive this chip so that you can get your family, your children, and everybody else taken care of, okay? And because you didn't take the time to, seek Yahweh while he may be found to know what's going on, you're going to go down there willingly because these false prophets are going to lead you astray, all right? It says, verse 13, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, right? And there's not going to be any truth in the earth at that time, man. We already seeing that right now. We already seeing the love of many waxing cold because iniquity is abounding, man. Just look at it. You got children that's misidentified as other type of, genders. And this is all part of, the elite's agenda, man. And it just goes on, man. All right? We at the end of this man's kingdom, man, whether you want to face it or not. All right? Whether you want to believe it or not, we are here, man. And there's only one other way to go, all right? This man is on his way out the door. It says what? But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved, right? So we got to go through all this, man. We have to endure to the end, until the end of this man's kingdom is destroyed. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. So we got to endure, man, to get that prize, to get that penny, to get that crown, all right? That's what we fighting for, all right? That's why we doing this work, man. We want to be found, worthy in the presence of the Lamb, man, all right? So that's it. Let's go ahead and wrap that up with 1 Peter 5 and 8, because we started off being vigilant, which is what time we in, the time of being vigilant, okay? Watching, being sober. 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8 reads what? Be sober, be vigilant, okay? If you being enamored and taken by the final trial of Young Dolph being broadcast now, in this time that we in, well, you're not being sober, man. You're not actually seeing the forest through the woods or the woods through the forest, however that saying going, okay? You just see it for whatever it is that they showing you, okay? Young Dolph, alleged murderer on trial. Diddy, found with, leak, footage of these type of parties. Meanwhile, they getting ready to bring forth some type of mass, casualty event that could wipe out, certain seats of the Senate and Congress and put who they want to put in and cause civil unrest amongst the people where they can then, enact martial law. And hey, it's just gonna go down. It's just gonna go in a downward spiral from there, man. And you ain't gonna know what's going on. Okay, you ain't gonna know what's going on. All right, when you see these people start to roll up in your town, in your city, all right, you ain't gonna know what to do. You see, they just gonna be posted up there, man. All right, and you ain't gonna know what for, and they gonna stay there. All right, until they get ready to mandate that chip, that micro. So, hey, be sober, be vigilant. Why? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And if you're not, up on game or you don't know what's going on, it's not his duty or job to tell you that, man. That's why the Most High put watchmen out there to tell you, okay? Esau Edom isn't going to tell you his next move. All right, like Kodak said, never let him know your next move. Esau Edom is not going to tell you his next move. But the Most High has set up watchmen for you to blow the trumpet, to sound the trumpet in Zion, that if you should take heed, you should be, aware of what's going on. All right? To know when this happens, hey, this is exactly what's going on. All right? That's why, hey, we're gonna have to truly trust in Yahweh in that time, man. We're gonna have to go by our faith, man. Because it's not gonna be our own selves that's delivering us in these times. Because we gonna see, man, hey, you ain't gonna have no say so what happens, man. It says that, I believe in Proverbs 20:4, that the way, let me go get that, then we'll close out. What is that? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 20 and verse 24. It says, man's goings are of Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way? Right. So Yahweh's going to either lead you to, salvation during Jacob's trouble or destruction, man, depending on what you do right now. Okay. Because, Revelation 3:10 tells us, because thou hast kept thy word in patience, I will also keep thee through the hour of temptation. Okay. They try the whole world, man. So either he's going to direct you when he brings forth, because it's going to be Yahweh that's actually allowing this man to bring forth this type of madness, man. Okay, because why? Yahweh is using this man to sift the house of Israel, okay? Those that he want, the desirables, and those that he don't, the undesirables, okay? Only the elect will make it through this time that we're going to be in, which is Jacob's trouble, man. Only the elect will come through, speaking here in America, all right? This is the place where, hey, this place will be completely and utterly destroyed off the face of the map. And if Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, isn't dealing with you in that time, you're going to be casualty. You're going to be just another casualty, all right? So That's about it. We're going to wrap it up with that. And I pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.